I was in jail, I didn't want to go home because it would be the same thing. And I went home to visit a couple weeks ago, and I knew right then and there that I didn't want to go back there to live. Got a brother that was getting high the whole weekend I was there. Reconstruction it's helped me tremendously, you know? It has stopped the nonsense.
Get an army to harm me or a gat to lay me flat, cause if you don't, I'll be coming back. Now 100 fact, a known fact, the dogs can't be played by cats, so call the feds. I ripped the little kitten to shreds, he on the run. I don't need a gun to get him done, I have no time to be in the pen. Pass the pen so I can tell him, and if you don't know, then ask a friend about Clay. He don't play, he just slay the opposition. Behind you kissing, you on a mission, cause I scared you little sorry so-and-so. My words had the impact of a foe, and all of his truth in you. You walking around like a doof, never paid, trying to get a fade with dry pockets, filling your leg. Stealing my shit to get richer, nigga, I'm coming to get ya. My shit.
Residents of the 1800 block of West Tioga Street in North Philadelphia are outraged that a program for violent offenders newly released from prison has opened in their neighborhood without their knowledge. Last August, a nonprofit organization called Reconstruction Incorporated launched the program to help two-time offenders who were on parole, primarily people convicted of violent crimes, with their return to society.
Everybody deserves a chance, and especially if the person is putting forth an effort to help himself.
I understand that people might need a second chance, but not around children, you know, and especially mine.
Well, some of the people are cool, and some of them, like, I don't think they really notice me. I mean, as far as this program's concerned, they don't really know it's here. But the ones that do know it's here, they have, like, a negative, you know, attitude towards me and stuff, but I don't pay that no mind.
When I first came out, I was very withdrawn because I was like sort of used to living in jail, and being out here was an experience that I had to learn how to start living out here, and I was real scared about that.
Reconstruction is a 4-year program that works with second-time offenders, men who have been convicted at least twice of violent offenses. The 4 years is real necessary in order to maintain continuity in what they're trying to do in terms of meeting their goal. For an example, they step out saying that they're gonna visit their parole officer. They step out saying that they're gonna be this new person as it relates to their family and get a job. So if you are not in this program, those goals and wishes and desires get cut real short quickly because you lack the structure that you had on the inside.
What do you feel about a parole house being in your neighborhood?
A parole, somebody on parole, and it's according to what kind of record they have.
We're talking about people who, like these boys out here, doing something dumb and could have perhaps killed somebody and got 7 to 10. So we talking about bringing this guy out that done his 7 years. You disagree with him coming to your...
Well, we didn't tell you the truth. I'm gonna be frank with you. I'm not gonna lie about it. I would never want anybody to come live where I am and around me because I would never feel safe around them.
What, in your opinion, should we do with those people? Leave them there?
No, you don't leave them there. You just build another prison, put them back in there, make it serve time. That's what you do. It's hard to get out.
So you suggest that they stay in for life?
No, I figure if they get out and got a police record, right? I feel though it should be somebody to go in there and make rounds on these people. They have 3 shifts there, which is 24 hours. Who don't want to work the 24 hours? They stay there all the time with these people themselves.
So where would you suggest that house to be 5 or 6 blocks from you? Does it make any difference?
I wouldn't want it near me, period.
You got people coming out of prison, you know what I'm saying, and they learning, and they gonna learn in this thing called Reconstruction before they even come out. and to cope with the violence and how to be, you know what I'm saying, to be a man and come out here and help your family. Because actually, when they come in here, you know what I'm saying, these people come in here to be humble, you know what I'm saying, and I think we need more programs like this.
When William came to us, he explained to us that he wanted to have a program to help bring the inmates or get them to see themselves in a better light, to return to society. And I was impressed with him, and my other staff who I had with me were kind of apprehensive because he was talking about things that we are supposed to be doing with the whole 4,000 population. And I says, well, you know, we need help no matter which way we look at it, and why not give him a chance? It's not going to cost us anything. So we gave it some thought, and we said, well, let's do it. And I think over the years that the inmate population have sort of adopted him and his program because they see the sincerity in him trying to help them. You don't see that much. Most of the times people are just there to put something forth and just leave.
But once I started, you know what I mean, being around a dude, you know what I mean, dude driving the BMW, driving the Benz, and it's like when I start seeing that, I seen, you know what I mean, dudes, you know what I mean, dudes that I knew for a long time getting money. I'm like, you know what I mean, you know, it's hard times. And I just started doing it. It wasn't no peer pressure or dude come to me asking me. I just love being around them.
But that is peer pressure. That's what that is. Now, all right, look like this. Yeah.
I don't see it. I'm saying I don't see it as peer pressure. I just see it as being, you know, being somewhere, you know, at the right time, or just being one, just being around somebody that's just doing it. And that's how I got involved in it.
Yeah, but that's exactly what it is. No, it's falling to your Lord, to your desires. Because we was all children and we looked at TV and we seen the G.I. Joe and all that. First thing we said, oh, we want that.
Definitely.
First thing we said, oh, we want that. Now when we see that, the same thing on television with the clothes, or maybe, Germantown, Lehigh. Look up and down there, man. That's all you see is gear shots and everything. And that stuff look nice. You want it.
I got to have something nice on. I mean, something. I just can't dress like that. And it's hard for me to change, you know what I mean, because I'm trying to slow down and I'm trying to change. Basically, it's the only thing I got to change. It's how I get my money.
Now, all we got to do is implement that, which we've learned all this time. Now, it's going to be our decision whether or not we're going to go to that fast money way or that nice, honest way, slow way. But put it on layaway.
I treasure more what I work for, you know, and I've been working just about all my life, you know, construction, carpentry, whatever there is, you know, and that I had to learn to be humble that way for myself, because otherwise I keep winding up in here, because I wind up doing that knucklehead shit to keep coming back in here. I love my brims, I love my suits, my canes, my shoes, my lizards, and I'm still gonna get over that, because that's my style, that's me. But lay away, you know, I work for that though. You know, I know for what's up. The most thing I fear most about out there is getting back into the game is that I ain't got no more chances. I come back in here, I'm coming back in here for the rest of my life. That's it.
Corrections in America, and particularly in Pennsylvania, has become an industry. And it is no longer driven by its primary function, which is rehabilitation and punishment. It is driven by economic factors.
Phase 2 is a supervised component where the men are paroled from phase 1 and back into the community. In that phase, they are required to visit their parole officers or their POs. They're required to go to treatment, get involved in a community service program of some sort or their choice. and also maintain relationships with their family, their spouse, their children. If they were going to a girlfriend's house or going to their wife's house or going to their mom's house, frequently those environments are not real. Many of the people that they return to are not clear of the growth that these men have had. And to go back to that environment, speaking another language, it doesn't take much to become frustrated. It doesn't take much to revisit that rage. And if you revisit it, it doesn't take much to act on that rage.
The whole concept of victims and the feeling that victims are overlooked and that victims are cut out of the loop and that we're coddling criminals and that we're so concerned with criminals. And you know, this is very real stuff. There are a lot of people out there who are wounded, who are victims, who are hurting. You know, and some of that may be so deep that you could do nothing to ever convince them that anyone who falls into this class of or category is of any value or has any hope or should ever be given a break. But there is a vast number, thousands of people who are not horrible and have not done horrible things. They have broken the law. They have basically abused themselves through drug addiction and alcohol, and they have made bad choices.
When I was in jail, you know, I had a goal. I had lots of goals, but there's just so many distractions out here, man. You can't. It takes a long time.
And right now, I've been doing a lot of spiritual searching, going in Bibles and religious books to see what a duty is, what the actual duty of a man is, what a man is supposed to be, what I was intended to be, what I was put on earth to be, what my roles is as a father.
I live my life for my kids, you know, for my daughters. And like I said, my other kids, well, we don't get along, but my daughters and stuff, man, we're pretty cool, so I live my life for them, you know, right now. And as far as going back to jail, I can't see it. There's no way I can do that.
But my main plans are to get off of parole successfully. I only have 2 years to do, and I like to believe that I can go ahead and knock that off without going back to Greater for any kind of violations, whether it be big or small. That's my main concern right now.
I believe that the curriculum developed by Reconstruction, primarily by Wood, has a very realistic approach to the anger and the frustration, all of those issues of self-esteem and being left out of society and the community. I mean, all the pain that brings. I think Reconstruction is a program that addresses that.
Why is there rage? Why is there so much violence? Why is brothers' outcome like that? You know what I mean?
You gotta die. I wanna see your mom cry. I wanna hear your pop say, why? Why? My son had to die too. The pen packed up the gun that was shot by the black numero one. That be me in the 9-block. Niggas that shooting hot shit. Lyrics like blocks of ease back. Told you once before, I'm about to lay your body and your soul down on the floor. So every time
this boy called me a snitch, you know what I'm saying? And I pushed him, and I told him to get out my face. You know what I'm saying? First thing he went to do, he grabbed a gun, you know, and he stuck it in my face. The boy could have easily, you know what I'm saying, easily just shot me, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't, you know, I looked at it as I got pride, you know what I'm saying? I got to live out in the street, you know what I'm saying? This is my neighborhood, too.
I done seen people actually get killed, die right in front of me. Gang war. I done been to so many funerals. Near one of them was 18. All of them that got killed was under 18, females as well as males.
You go, you try to get a job, whatever. You can't get hired because, you know, it's a couple of strikes against you. You know what I mean? One strike is that you're black. You know what I mean? The other strike could be that you don't have a better education. So, you know, only way we could probably survive is to try to hustle or something, make a little bit of money. But we trying to get a job. It ain't like we going out there trying to do the bad stuff. We still trying to get a job. Still though, we doing the bad stuff. Just trying to survive.
Yeah, that's all it is, about survival.
they almost try to kill.
Oh, they get
because it's
wild.
something other than just being out here fighting. It's an anger, and they got to get it out some
And
way.
they don't be angry at the person they fighting with.
No, they don't get angry. It's a ride. They can't get you the person that they're angry with, so they take it on the person that they're fighting.
How many did we lose to St. Gabriel's during the winter? We lost.
We lost
We
two.
lost
One
Jamal.
is
We lost Jamal. We lost Abdul.
Four.
Bilal.
And that boy, the what you call him, sister.
Now this is the St. Gabriel. Now we ain't talking about the one that we lost period. That's around the corner. That we talking about.
What's his brother too?
His brother Tyrell.
Oh, they did. Terrell. Yeah, Terrell.
Yeah. So this 10 off this block. Trust me, half of those gonna be in prison. Half of those gonna have life. Watch.
I think of the greatest tragedy that could ever befall a human being when one sees no reason to even hope. And so I feel that there must always be hope. And it is for that reason that I will not give up if a person is a second-time offender or a third or a fourth.
I don't want people, to look at me when I come out of here as the person I was before I came in here. I want them to judge me from the things that I do that day, instead of the things I've done in the past. By me feeling better about myself, that's allowed me to, feel differently about people in the world.